Greek explorers named this region Mountains of the Moon, in reference to the snow-capped ranges that were for centuries thought to be the source of the mighty River Nile. British colonialists were dazzled by the natural beauty and cool environment, and they decided to call this place home for 70 years. So we drive into this city that started as a colonial outpost in the 19th century to investigate its tourism potential and witness the official launch.
Mr. Mayor, hereby hand over responsibility to manage the new Fort Portal city as its caretaker.
This ceremonial launch that was being followed on local radios triggered a spontaneous reaction of euphoria that reverberated across Tooro Kingdom. City status has come with a change of political boundaries, and those intending to run for office are already in overdrive. We follow Sylvia Wawa, the Cavalli district woman MP, as she drives through the city on a charm offensive to woo voters. But when all the dancing is over and real work begins, how will Fort Portal be transformed into a city not just in name but in real terms?
We have all to come together to build the city. This city will not be built by the government. It will be built by the people. So we have to have all-inclusive development, make sure everyone is not left behind.
The Minister for Local Government, Raphael Majezi, is very optimistic about this city and its people.
And become the real attraction for Uganda. The city, the mountains of the moon. The city with Mabere Ganyinamwiru. The city with the snow-capped Mount Rwenzori. The city with the parks. The city with a hospitable population. The city with a very proud culture.
Alex Ruhunda will forever be remembered in history as the last municipality MP for Fort Portal. He was elected on the promise that the municipality would become a city during his tenure. To many, this was political suicide because it appeared impossible. We take a stroll through his home garden, another idea he's selling to the people of Tooro.
The next is seeing it work, because what we need is this whole idea. We need an organic city, as you know, evergreen city of Fort Portal. We are not just talking of skyscrapers here.
Fort Portal wants to dazzle the world, not just because of its natural beauty, but also through culture and the legendary hospitality of her people. The idea of homestays for tourists has been adopted by the residents. For example, Joseph Luyinda has repurposed his home to welcome tourists, and many like him are following suit. Just in the same location is Albert, a village chairman and neighbor to Montana safaris. He literally lives in an art gallery. Capitalizing on his skill, he has made a business to make souvenirs of Fort Portal to sell to every interested visitor.
So when they come down here to my workshop, they do something with me and I'm paid in that time. Then they leave either the artwork or they take it.
And outside his compound, Albert is working on a sculpture of an elephant.
We use metal from scrap, but we are trying to make a very beautiful elephant sculpture.
We decide to venture out of the city into the neighboring villages, and our destination is Aramaga Rift Valley Lodge. Perched on the hills of Harugongo, overlooking the Semuliki Valley, the Rwenzori and the Blue Mountains of Congo in a distance. The view here is breathtaking. The owner of this facility has put up pod-like cottages, which look like spaceships that have landed from outer space.
Pods are built like a space station. So the bathroom is in the middle and then the room is around. And you have the complete feeling like you're in the middle of space, just floating.
It's no wonder the Fort Portal film industry has chosen these areas to shoot romantic movie scenes where the crater lakes give a spectacular background. All these tourism facilities have been hit hard by COVID-19 pandemic. But at least for Nyaika Hotel a 4-star facility, we find local tourists from within the region who have come here to unwind.
This morning we felt we deemed it necessary to come around and have a visit in these places and see what is taking place.
Mountains of the Moon Hotel still stands as a fortress. It's old and grand with a well-known history of hospitality. The biggest percentage of Uganda's population are young people, and here the youth are taking baby steps in the leisure industry. Godwin runs Little Rock restaurant, and for him, the city status is like sweet music in his ears.
So after COVID, God willing, if it ends, maybe before this year ends, our business will stabilize. I know people don't have money, but our businesses will stabilize and we shall have the best.
We exit Fort Portal through Kamwenge-Uganda Road, and our next port of call is in Mbarara City. Moments into our journey, we are into Cavalli Forest, the primate capital of the world. When one talks about the impact of coronavirus on travel and hospitality industry, it's most felt here at the primate lodge in Cavalli.
You see no one here now. No one. The chairs are empty. And now like this today would be a very busy morning. The whole of this month up to 3 months ahead, it would be very, very busy. But now we wake up alone and we stay alone.
And as it clocks 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning, we reluctantly leave my home city, Fort Portal. Next destination is Karo Karunji, the land of milk and honey, Mbarara. Patrick Amara, NTV, Fort Portal.